What's up, Exiles? Today I'm showcasing you my Poison Pathfinder build for Path of Exile 2. This build combines massive poison damage, hybrid life and energy shield defense layering. With 40% evade chance, this build can handle the toughest content in the game. Let's break it down. This build is all about unleashing devastating poison damage while staying incredible tanky. Right now I'm gonna tell you what makes this build so special. On the offense, Poison Burst Arrow as our main skill, with Spiral Volley for multi-projectile madness, Plague Bearer for additional chaos. Clear. Dual curse setup with Despair and Temporal Chains. On the defense side, 2026 life with 5% regen, 1138 energy shield with 147% recharge rate, Wind Dance for massive evasion scaling, and Ghost Dance for energy shield recovery. Elemental resistances are capped, chaos resistance 50% and evasion rating with 40% evade chance. This is a true endgame poison build that excels at fast map clearing with poison proliferation, tanking heavy hits with layered defenses, sustain boss DPS through poison stacking, and finally comfortable gameplay with strong recovery mechanics. Right now let's look at my character screen. This is a level 95 Pathfinder with 2026 life, energy shield 1138, mana 787 and spirit, which is very important for this build. My evasion chance is 41%. My resistances: fire resistance 68%, cold resistance is capped, lightning resistance is capped, and chaos resistance 48%. And my deflection rating, this is a new defensive layer in Path of Exile 2, is 3136, and my stamina chance to deflect is 30%. Right now my skills and my support gems. My first skill, Poison Burst Arrow, it's a base skill that deals massive poison on hit, supported by rapid attacks, attack speed for faster poison stacking, deliberation, powerful shots with higher damage, deadly poison 2, it's a massive poison damage boost, poison 3, more poison chance and damage, and finally projectile acceleration 3 for projectile speed and damage. My second skill, Toxic Grow. This skill adds another layer of chaos damage, create poisonous ground that damage over time, supported by Deadly Poison 2, amplifies the poison damage, and Projectile Acceleration 3, better coverage, concentrated area, smaller area, but way more damage, Long Fuse 2 for extended duration, and finally supported by Arakalis Last for additional chaos. Scaling. The next skill, Spiral Volley, AoE clear skill, especially for map clearing. Spiral Volley fires projectile in a spiral pattern for massive AoE damage, supported by Bursting Plague, makes our poison proliferate and spread. Armor Break 3 reduces enemy physical damage reduction. The next support skill, Defy 2, defensive boost while attacking, Poison 3, more poison scaling, and finally Corrosion, which reduces chaos resistance. The next skill is my primary curse. My main damage amplifier reduces enemy chaos resistance, supported by Efficiency 2, reduces mana cost, Prolonged Duration 2, makes our curse last longer, Heightened Curse increases curse effectiveness, Decaying Hex add chaos dot to cursed enemies, and final support, Magnified Area 2 for bigger curse radius. Next skill, I'm running a Blasphemy setup for automatic cursing during mapping. My Blasphemy aura converts curses into auras. First curse, Temporal Chains, automatically slows all nearby enemies. The second card, Despair, for even more chaos resistance reduction. The next, Chaos Mastery, for more chaos damage. Hex Bloom spreads curses to additional enemies. And finally, Deodor's Undoing increases curse effect. My next skill, Vine Arrow. Vine Arrow is my defensive skill. It roots enemies in place. Supported by Prolonged Duration 2, makes the vines last longer. Overabundance 2, more vines for better coverage. Swift Application 2, faster DOT on rooted enemies. Slow Potency amplifies the slow effects. And finally, Magnified Area 1, bigger vine area. My next defensive skill, Wind Dancer. This skill boosts my evasion rating, supported by Magnified Area 2 for larger effect radius. Blind 2 makes enemies miss their attacks. Pin 2 locks enemies in place. Mime slows enemy movement. And Poison 3, more poison damage for this defensive skill. Next skill, Plague Bearer. This skill runs in my background. This skill stores chaos damage and releases as an aura, supported by Deadly Poison 2, more poison damage feeding into the aura. Next, Bursting Plague makes the aura proliferate. Next, Chaos Mastery amplifies all chaos damage. Magnified Area 1, bigger aura radius. And finally, Astral Projection for remote application. And the last skill that I'm using is a defensive skill, Ghost Dance. Ghost Dance is my energy shield recovery skill. This skill recovers my energy shield when I evade an attack. Supported by Compressed Duration for faster energy shield recovery cycles. Clarity 1, this skill needs 10 spirit points for mana regeneration support. And finally, Cannibalism 1 for additional recovery mechanics. Right now my items, I'm using Obliterator Bow. First rune gain 13% of damage as extra chaos damage. Second rune 50% increase attack damage against rare or unique enemies. This bow focuses on very high physical damage. I have also physical flat damage, accuracy rating, bow attacks fire an additional arrow. I gain 22 points mana per enemy killed. And last affix, I have increased attack speed. My quiver, implicit, increased attack speed, flat physical and lightning damage, increased damage with bow skills, +2 to level to all projectile skills, increased critical hit chance for attacks, and projectile attacks have 10% chance to fire 2 additional projectiles while moving. My helmet, after corruption, I get +28 points to spirit, rune giving me increased evasion rating. Other affixes, increased evasion rating, extra points to maximum life, increased rarity of items found, fire resistance and gain deflection rating equal to 21% of my evasion rating. My body armor is a hybrid body armor, evasion rating with energy shield plus maximum life, points to spirit, fire res, gain deflection rating equal to 23% of my evasion rating and 36 life regeneration per second. Plague Finger unique gloves. These gloves are perfect for poison builds. They give me additional poison chance and poison damage scaling. This is a core unique for this poison build. In sockets, runes giving me 30% increased magnitude of damaging elements I inflict. Next, my boots, cold rest, chaos rest, 35% increased movement speed, evasion rating, maximum life, extra points to dex, stun threshold, and also 100% increase effect of socketed items and increase rarity of items found. My belt, it's a rare belt with 3 charm slots, extra points to my maximum life, increased charm effect duration, fire res, lightning res, physical tones damage, and cold and chaos res. Right now my amulet, it's a jade amulet. I untoyed my amulet with lasting trauma. Lasting trauma gives me 30% increased magnitude of elements I inflict and 20% increased duration of damaging elements on enemies. Also 5% reduce attack speed. Implicit, extra points to dexterity, other affixes, +3 to level of all projectile skills, extra points to spirit, increase critical hit chance, increase critical damage bonus, increase global defenses, and finally extra points to maximum life. My first ring, I increased quality with attack modifiers. This ring adds flat physical lightning damage, increase rarity of items found, 15% to all elemental resistances, extra cold resistance and lightning resistance. My second ring, the same, I increase quality with attack modifiers. This ring adds flat fire, cold and physical damage, also increases rarity of items found, cold and lightning resistance, and also has extra percents to cold and lightning resistance. Right now my flasks, my life flask is a Orlos Resolve, which give me instant recovery and excess life recovery added as a guard for 10 seconds. My mana flask for mana sustain during prolonged fights. My charms, silver charm is used when I am affected by slow, grants charges per second and recover 178 mana when used. Second charm is a unique charm, Rite of Passage golden charm with Spirit of Serpent. This is the poison charm with massive poison damage and duration boost. And last charm, which grants me immunity to freeze, also 320 points of guard and 36% increased charges gained. As my secondary weapon I'm using wand with increased chaos damage, with extra points to maximum mana, increased critical hit chance for spells, intelligence and gain life per enemy killed. Omen's Scepter with increased spirit, maximum mana and other affixes that I am not really using. Right now I'm gonna show you my passive skill tree. This is how it looks. I'll start from ascendancy points. I have 8 ascendancy points and I allocate them to 2 points to Traveler's Wisdom, which grants me in total 6 passive skill points. Next, 1 point increase magnitude of poison I inflict and contagious contamination for spreading poison on other enemies, increase magnitude of poison I inflict, finally overwhelming toxicity, which doubles the number of my poisons that target can be affected by at the same time. But I also have 35% less poison duration. And my last 2 points I allocated to Relentless Pursuit. My speed is unaffected by slows. This is how I allocated all my skill points. I have 24 skill points allocated to my weapon set, bow and quiver, and I also allocate 24 skill points to my weapon set number 2. So I'll start from the beginning. First I pick projectile damage, Next, extra points to intelligence, more intelligence and more intelligence. My first weapon skill point I allocated to Honored Instincts, increase projectile speed and increase attack speed. And finally plus 10 points to Dex. Next, more intelligence, more dexterity, also more dexterity, more dex. Next points giving me extra dex, more intelligence, increase magnitude of poison I inflict, more magnitude of poison, increase poison duration, and stacking toxins. Targets can be affected by +1 of my poisons at the same time, and also 20% reduce magnitude of poison I inflict. My next skill point I allocated to lasting toxins, increase skill effect duration and increased poison duration. Increase evasion rating, increased movement speed and evasion rating. My first jewel giving me increased chaos damage, increased maximum energy shield. My damaging elements deal damage 4% faster and I recovered 2% of maximum mana on kill. More dex, and I went down to get this jewel socket, my second jewel, giving me increased critical damage bonus for attack damage, increased damage with bows, increased magnitude of poison I inflict and increased strength. Okay, that was the bottom of the tree. Let's go up right now. More intelligence. My next 4 weapon set number 1 skill points I allocated to increase magnitude of poison I inflict, also next boost to my poison damage, and finally crippling toxins, 25% chance for attacks to mime on hit against poisoned enemies and 25% increased magnitude of poison I inflict. More intelligence, dex, strength. Next 4 points of the weapon set number 2 I allocated to poison chance, 8% chance to poison on hit, increase magnitude of poison I inflict, and finally low tolerance, 60% increase effect of poison I inflict on targets that are not poisoned yet. Next we have more intelligence, more dex, and more poison duration, increase magnitude of poison I inflict, poison duration, and leeching toxins, increase magnitude of poison I inflict, also recover 2% of my maximum life on killing a poison enemy. More strength, dex, and the next jewel socket against the darkness time lost diamond with enchant corrupted blood cannot be inflicted on me. Small passive skills in radius also grant me +2% to chaos resistance, and all notable passive skills in radius grant me gain 4% of damage as extra chaos damage. That's why I pick these notable points. Dazzling hits gain 4% damage as extra chaos damage, 10% chance to daze on hit, 40% increased critical hit chance against daze enemies, stupefy, more chaos damage, more chance to daze on hits, and increased damage against daze enemies. Material solidification, I gain 8% damage as extra physical damage, increase effect of fully broken armor, enhanced reflexes, 20 increase evasion rating, I gain deflection rating equal 5% of evasion rating. Also 8% increase dexterity. And Howling Primate, increase presence area of effect, gain 4% of damage as extra chaos damage. Aura skills have 10% increase magnitudes and extra points to intelligence. Here I have more intelligence, critical damage, increase critical damage bonus, plus chaos resistance thanks to this jewel, increase critical damage bonus, heartbreaking, increase critical damage bonus and gain 4% as extra chaos damage plus 10 points to strength. Increase critical damage bonus for attack damage, chaos res and gain 4% of damage as extra chaos damage. Attacks have 1% to critical hit chance. Then I went up to the north of the tree. More strength. The next skill points of my weapon set number 1 I allocated to poison duration, increase magnitude of poison I inflict plus chaos res. Chaos res thanks to this jewel and 8% chance to poison on hit, increase chance to poison on hit, next 8% chance to poison on hit and building toxins 25 reduce poison duration, but targets are affected by +1 of my poisons at the same time. Increase magnitude of poison I inflict, more poison damage and escalating toxins, increased poison duration for each poison I have inflicted recently up to maximum 100%. More intelligence, critical damage bonus and Throat Seeker, increase critical damage bonus but reduce critical hit chance. Intelligence, more intelligence, then I allocated more skill points to evasion and energy shield, increase evasion rating, increase maximum energy shield, the same, and finally spectral ward +1 to maximum energy shield per 12 item evasion rating on equipped body armor. More dex, my 4th jewel, it's a Heart of the Well diamond. I gain 8% of damage as extra lightning damage, 2% of damage taken recouped as life, gain 15% of damage as extra chaos damage and gain 1 rage on melee hit. More intelligence, more dex, increase evasion and maximum energy shield, increase energy shield recovery rate if I haven't been hit recently, plus increase movement speed while I have energy shield. More evasion rating and more maximum energy shield, and this point giving me the same. From this point I used my weapon set number 1 skill points and I use them for increase critical damage bonus, more critical damage bonus, increase critical damage bonus and points to intelligence, 20 increased damage if I dealt a critical hit recently, increase critical damage if I dealt a critical hit recently, and finally deadly force, 30% increased damage if I dealt a critical hit in the past 8 seconds, also 12% increased critical hit chance. Then I went up, more dex, increase critical hit chance, 20% reduce critical damage bonus, but 50% increase critical hit chance. Next points: increase chaos damage, more chaos damage, chaos damage, chaos damage, and pure chaos gain 11% of damage as extra chaos damage. Right now my secondary weapon set skill points are allocated to curse duration, increase curse duration, more curse duration, more curse duration, and fated end, increase curse duration. Enemies cursed by me have 50% reduced life regeneration rate, and enemies I curse cannot recharge energy shield. More dex, the next jewel socket. It's my 5th jewel. It's from Nothing Diamond. All the passive in radius of Walker of the Winds can be allocated without being connected to my tree. My secondary weapon skill points: more intelligence, more intelligence, more intelligence, also more intelligence, plus curse activation speed and effect, 3% increase curse magnitudes and 10% faster curse activation. The same, and finally Impending Doom, 40% faster curse activation, and my curses have 20% increased magnitudes if 50% of curse duration is expired. Also, secondary weapon skill points goes to increase curse magnitude, increase curse magnitude, the same, and 20% increased duration of aliments I inflict against cursed enemies. Total 30% reduced effect of curses on me. More strength, more dex, intelligence, increase maximum energy shield, and 60% increase maximum energy shield. Also 20% slower start of energy shield recharge. Next point to intelligence, more intelligence. I spend 1 point for Whispers of Doom. Thanks to this I can apply an additional curse, and I also get double activation delay of curses. So I can apply Temporal Chains and Despair. Secondary weapon set skill points for increased curse duration, more curse duration, more curse duration, and Lingering Whispers, increase curse duration and 10% for increased curse magnitudes. And my final points for more intelligence, a last jewel socket where I placed Prism of Belief Diamond, which gives me +2 to all level of all Poison Burst arrow skills. And that's it for my passive skill tree. I'm just gonna show you one more time. And right now I want to tell you how to play this build. During mapping you use Spiral Volley with Plague Bearer for screen wide clear. You shoot once and the poison spreads to everything. Blasphemy curses mean everything is automatically slowed and taking more chaos damage. Wind Dancer blinds sparks so they can barely hit you. Wine Arrow, zones of dangerous areas, and the Ghost Dance keeps your energy shield top. You basically zoom through the maps at full speed, firing spiral volleys into attacks and watching everything melt behind you. For single target on bosses, you switch to Poison Burst Arrow, drop Toxic Growth on the ground for additional dot damage, use Vine Arrow to root the bosses if needed. You can use your second Despair Curse that will shred chaos resistance of bosses. Pros and cons of this build. Pros: very fast clear speed with poison proliferation, very tanky with Wind Dance and Ghost Dance plus hybrid life and energy shield, excellent sustain through evasion and flask recovery, dual curse setup destroys bosses, scales well into the game, comfortable playstyle with a good range, and cape resistance also with high chaos resistance. Cons of this build: requires specific units like Plague Finger. The poison ramp time means not instant boss damage, needs good positioning. This is not a face tank build. Mana management requires attention, can be expensive if you want to min-max. And that's my complete Poison Pathfinder build for Path of Exile 2. This build has been absolutely destroying endgame content with insane clear speed from Spiral Volley and Plague Bearer, plus solid single target from Poison Burst Arrow. The defensive layers with Ghost Dance, Wind Dance, Dual Curses and all the crowd control make it super comfortable to play. If this video helped you out, smash that like button and subscribe for more PoE 2 build guides. If you have a question, drop the comment below. The full PoE link is in the description. Good luck, exiles, and see you on the next one.